You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Later with Mo Kelly on KFI AM 640.
I'm Kayla Blood, the driver of the brand new Sparkle Smash, a 6-ton unicorn with a bold attitude. I've competed on the Triple Threat Series. I've competed on the Stadium Series.
Kayla Blood, Soldier of Fortune.
And now I get to drive the brand new Sparkle Smash Monster Jam truck for you guys. The initial call that I got to drive a brand new Monster Jam truck, I couldn't believe it. Change is part of life. Change is part of being successful, and you have to learn to adapt to change. This is my journey from Soldier Fortune to Sparkle Smash, and my journey in my Monster Jam career. My personality is a perfect fit for this truck. We are a combination of talent and toughness, and I cannot wait to give life to Sparkle Smash and show everyone what this Monster Jam truck can be on the track. We're not here to just compete. We're here to smash the competition.
KFI AM 640. It's Later with Mo Kelly. We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. Monster Jam returns to dominate Anaheim. Tickets are still available to see the world's most popular Monster Jam trucks and best drivers roar in the Angel Stadium this weekend, February 15th and 16th, to battle in the Stadium Championship Series. And yes, we have tickets to give away. You know how we do it. Nobody gives away as many tickets as we do. In fact, before the end of my conversation with Kayla Blood, yes, that's her real name, you will have your chance to win 4 event tickets and 4 pit passes. We're doing it bigger than ever before. Please welcome Lafayette, Louisiana's own Kayla Blood to the show. How are you doing this evening, Miss Blood?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to coming back to Anaheim, my favorite place, man.
I love it. And when you say blood, you mean blood. You've competed in boxing, MMA, served in the National Guard. Where did your competitive spirit come from?
And just growing up, I've always been super competitive and always been, always looking for that adrenaline rush. And my life has definitely got me into some really interesting places. Like, just having the, being able to run track and field in high school and growing up and just having that coach that believed in me to just be there for me mentally, make me mentally strong and, make me want all of these great things for myself. She kind of instilled a lot of that for me. So moving forward in my life, it just seemed like I'd always find myself in these crazy places where it's just like either just wanting an adrenaline rush or just wanting to exceed people's expectations, because sometimes they'll see a female and they'll be like, oh my gosh, she can stick with the guys and running. She can box. She can do all of this. I love that feeling of just being an inspiring female that could do all of these things. And now I'm on the ultimate stage to be able to inspire little girls and girls everywhere to do awesome things like this, even in a male dominated sport. If you feel like you got it, go for it.
I love that. And I've seen your videos, and your driving style is as aggressive as anyone's. What is your mentality, though? I mean, beyond the desire for the adrenaline rush, what's your mentality when you step in a Sparkle Smash or any monster truck?
Well, I'm trying to build a name for myself in the sport. I'm not a second generation driver. I got into motocross at about 20 years old and, found my way into motorsports, which is something that I truly love. And, I want to make a name for myself in this sport. And in Monster Jam, you have so many opportunities to be the world finals champion, to do this, do that, but you have to be ready for when that time comes. And, like I said, my son, he's 12 years old and he's coming up, and I want him to ultimately maybe be a second generation driver. So to be able to kind of edge my name in the Monster Jam history books in any type of sort of way, it would be awesome for him coming in the sport. And that would open up a door of opportunity for him, that wasn't available for me. I kind of had to open up all of those doors for myself throughout my entire life. And I never really had anyone's help, to do that but my own. So I think that's what that's kind of taught me over the years, is just kind of do what I need to do to help my son get to the next level and maybe make it a little easier for him than I did, but still teach him the values that he needs to learn, obviously.
At the beginning of our conversation, you express your affection for Anaheim, and by that also it means Angel Stadium. So take me to Angel Stadium. What should someone expect to see or hear or experience while at Monster Jam this weekend?
Well, if you've never been to Monster Jam at Anaheim, it's like anything that you've never been to. It's for everyone. And when I say it's for everyone, it's for mom, dad, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, grandpa, grandma. Everyone is going to find something that they love about this monster truck event, whether it be the racing or the two-wheel skills that we do, where we're putting these trucks on two wheels and balancing them and walking them back and forth, or freestyle, where you've never seen a 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck do a backflip or have 50, 60 feet of air into a crazy crash or save. So it really is always something that someone's going to want to come back to. And I love Anaheim so much. I've been going to Anaheim for the past 4 years now on my stadium tour, and I was driving Soldier Fortune, won my first freestyle there in Anaheim. And man, the support that I have there, I just feel it when I am there. And I know each and every one of these fans in Anaheim always have my back, no matter what Monster Jam truck I'm driving. And I love it coming out there, just feeling the support. It makes me want to go out there and win 10 times more. And we do pit party, before the event, where we have everyone come out and we're by our trucks. We're signing autographs, chit chatting with everyone. And that's such a great time. I've met so many people over the years that I have like so many personal relationships with now. And they follow my career and they support me. And, being a female in this male dominated sport, sometimes you got to be mentally tough. And having all of that support going into the event, sometimes I feel like definitely like pumps you up and motivates you to be like, yes, I do belong here. Yes, I am going to go out there and I'm capable of doing everything that these guys are doing. So I love Anaheim, always have. Y'all have a special place in my heart. And every time I come out there, I'm going to drive that truck into the ground.
Talk about mental toughness and being a competitor in this 12,000-pound machine that you're driving. Let me take this in a different direction. All competitors have good days and they have bad days. But in Monster Jam, you're also at the mercy of that 12,000-pound monster truck. How much does a truck vary from day to day or from competition to competition?
Well, I'm not going to lie, man. My whole life growing up, I've had what you call hard luck. So I've had that hard luck and I've had to work through it. And no matter if it is the Monster Jam truck that kind of fails me at the moment, and it just seems like a lot of times that's what it is, mixed with a little bit of bad luck for me. So it seems like there's a lot of times where it's just like back-to-back struggles and issues with the Monster Jam truck, whether it be breaking an axle in racing or the transmission going out in two-wheel, or you not being able to finish your freestyle because your rear steer went out or you ripped the hose. And, it's always something, and you just have to learn how to, you have to understand first off, it's a monster truck. It's holding up to what we're doing, but they're not made for these things. So sometimes things are going to break, and you just got to move forward to the next event. And I am so competitive and I want to go out there and win every time. So every time I go out there and I don't hit my marks and I'm not successful, I take it to heart. I beat myself up and I'm hard on myself, and all the guys know it. So when they see me, they're like, hey, get out of your own head, go out there and have fun. And I really feel like after doing this for 10 years, that is literally what it is. You have to go out there and say, this is my job. I'm going to have fun. And whether I go out there and win or not, the fact that I have the guts to go out there and show these little girls that we can drive Monster Jam trucks and we can do crazy stuff, I think that just says volumes in itself, So I've had to really learn how to, yes, I'm such a competitor and yes, I'm so aggressive, but sometimes if I calm myself down just a little bit, I'll go out there and do way better than I would if I just put so much pressure on myself.
My guest right now is the fantastic Kayla Blood. Can you hear the enthusiasm in her voice? Right now, we're talking about Monster Jam as it rolls into Angel Stadium this weekend, February 15th and 16th. And when we come back, we're going to give you your opportunity to win 4 pit passes and 4 event tickets to Monster Jam. So keep it right here. It's Later with Mo Kelly. KFI AM 640 live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
I'm here in Anaheim, California. It's something called Monster Jam. If you're not familiar with that, let me fill you in.
The monster truck craze began way back in the 1970s with legendary names like driver Dennis Anderson and his Goliath-sized truck known as the Gravedigger. When the Monster Jam circuit began in 1992, they made the jump into the big time, and it's currently a thriving multi-million-dollar industry. While crushing cars was once pretty cool, today, Monster Jam drivers have definitely taken monster truck racing and freestyle competition to all new heights.
And soon will be 45,000 people in these stands to watch it. And one of the reasons they're here to watch it is because of my next guest. She is just a killer driver. Her name is Kayla Blood. And yes, that's her real name.
KFI, later with Mo Kelly. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. And if you're just tuning in, I'm right in the middle of a fantastic conversation with Lafayette, Louisiana's own Kayla Blood as we talk about Monster Jam, which is roaring into Angel Stadium this weekend, February 15th and February 16th, to battle in the Stadium Championship Series. At the end of this segment, we're going to be giving away 4 event tickets and 4 pit passes if you want to go. So you better pay attention. Kayla Blood, who will be driving Sparkle Smash. And Kayla, last segment, I was listening to you, and there was this one word which was consistent through everything you said: competitive. You are competitive. I can think of competition and being competitive in a variety of ways, but I wonder, is there, or if so, how much trash talking goes on between drivers either before, during, or after a Monster Jam?
Oh, the guys, they're always messing with me and giving me a hard time. They're like my brothers, So, they know whenever it's time to give me constructive criticism, and they know whenever they can just mess with me about something. Like, of course, it's part of it, but they love to give me a hard time about it. Just being able to go out there and actually maintain my Monster Jam truck respectfully for my crew guy and all of the mechanics, but sometimes it's inevitable. Breakage is going to occur. Got to kind of get over it.
How much can you prepare for a failure of a monster truck? I mean, you know what's going to happen on some level, but how much preparation goes into, do you have an extra axle? Do you have 2 extra tires? Give me some sense of how can you best prepare from a mechanic standpoint.
Well, to be honest, all of our haulers that we have that actually transport our Monster Jam trucks, they contain extra shocks, they contain extra housings, transmissions, motors. So anything you think of, we have in these trailers ready to go for at least 2 trucks. So you have these trailers, each trailer has 2 trucks that they're transporting back and forth. And with those trailers is all of your equipment, all your technicians. And typically on one team, you'll have your crew chief, and then you'll have your third guy. And together as a team, they man and maintain your trucks and keep us going at all times. And honestly, in the event, it's pretty spectacular. It could be any one of the Monster Jam trucks go down, and you have every mechanic from each truck or technicians from each other truck just out there thrashing and working on these trucks. They can change a transmission out in 15 minutes.
Wow.
They are absolutely amazing. And then you have your thirds that might go out. So that's taking the whole rear off and putting everything back on and all together. And they can do that in a matter of time. And we really do all of this just to get our trucks back out there. And that is what the goal is, to have every one of them trucks out on the floor ready to compete and, whatever way we can. And so they're pretty amazing at their job. We have UNOH technicians that have been able to have the opportunity to go to school there and then come on to Monster Jam and be technicians as well. And I think that's been a great program for them. We've had drivers come out of that school even, and so all the drivers, we come from all different walks of life. So to see them be able to come from a wrenching position or technician position where they're actually working on the trucks, they know the mechanics of the truck, and then now you're a driver. I think that's the ultimate secret right there, is to just know your Monster Jam truck so well. And, as a driver, I try to do that myself. When I have any mechanical failure or I have damage, my crew chief, he let me know, even though half the time he knows I probably don't understand what he's saying. He still is respectful and still tells me each and everything that is wrong with my truck. And through over the years, just because he's been telling me, I've learned a lot through that.
It's a big machine, as we say, and that's an understatement. Some 12,000 pounds. I wonder, because I honestly don't know, there are a lot of G-forces probably involved. It's a heavy piece of machinery. How do you personally train to keep you in a degree of shape to handle one of these machines?
Well, I definitely think being physically fit is beneficial, especially when you roll these things over and you're in a turtle position upside down. Being able to try to breathe is really tricky. But, I started my career 10 years ago where we actually had the Triple Threat Monster Jam series where we raced the ATVs, side-by-sides, and the trucks all in one event. And we had 7 different competitions within 2 hours. And so we're running between each of these vehicles and also doing motocross. So that's kind of where I got my start in my career in Monster Jam, is just having the motocross background and coming in and being athletically inclined to perform on the Triple Threat Series. And, it was about 7 years in and I got promoted to stadiums. So it was pretty cool whenever I got promoted to stadiums. All I had to worry about was the Monster Jam truck. Not the side-by-side, not the ATV. So, I still run everywhere I go. I'm running. They're like, Kayla, why are you running? This way I learned how to do this. I got one speed and I just run everywhere.
I have thoroughly enjoyed my conversation with you, but I know you got to go. You got more training to do, but we also have to give away some event tickets and pit passes. I need from you, Miss Kayla Blood, a number between 1 and 10. I'm
going to say 7.
Caller number 7, give us a call right now at 800-520-1KFI, 800-520-1534. Caller number 7, 800-520-1KFI, 800-520-1534. And you will be the winner of 4 event tickets and 4 pit passes. Ms. Kayla Blood, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I wish you safety. I wish you success and a great Monster Jam, and come back with the title next time.
Sounds great, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
It's Later with Mo Kelly, KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Animals the world over have had enough of humans. Hornets are attacking in China. Sharks are swallowing up surfers in Florida. Lions and tigers are eating interns, oh my! And bears are pouncing on women in the Pacific Northwest. Unless we put a stop to the mistreatment of animals, they can, they will, they shall attack.
KFI AM 640. It's Later with Mo Kelly, live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. And this was a segment that we used to do on the Mo Kelly Show, When Animals Attack. And it's real simple. The animals have every right to eat us, to kill us, to maim us, to destroy us because of how we treat them. And a common theme and a recommendation. Remember how earlier in the show I was saying, hey, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't try to get gas at night. You should always be aware of your surroundings. That also applies to going in the ocean. No, I'm not talking about getting gas while you're in the ocean. I'm saying don't go in the ocean because someone's always watching. And it's usually they're looking at you as food. 2 Americans have been injured in a shark attack while swimming in Bimini Bay. That's the Bahamas. According to police, 2 Americans were injured, one seriously, in this shark attack. Initial reports indicate that the victims, both USA residents, sustained injuries while swimming in the waters at Bimini Bay. Both women sustained injuries to their lower bodies, with one of the victims injured seriously. In fact, that person will require a 3rd surgery to repair the damage to her leg. I can say confidently, the last time I was in the ocean, it was on a cruise to the Caribbean, and I was in Megan's Bay. I think it was like U.S. Virgin Islands. I was there in the water for like 3 hours, and I was uncomfortable the whole time. Water just came up to my waist. It was the bluest water everywhere. You could see the bottom. You could see everything which was going on around you. But I never quite felt comfortable. And I think this was maybe 2017. And I have not stepped my ass in the ocean since. This is 2025. I may not ever go back in the ocean because I know that's not my house. I'm just basically on the menu. I'm just advertising.
You know what I don't understand about this story is it goes on to say the incident remains under investigation.
What is there to investigate?
What are you investigating?
Are they trying to see if there was some sort of precipitating event? Was there some sort of argument? Was there some sort of disagreement? Whether like someone called a name? What is there to discuss?
Well, to that point, in 2023, there were 69 unprovoked shark bites. So maybe they're trying to see if these sharks were harassed, if they were somehow teased, encouraged, led on.
We need to ask the women what they were wearing.
We might need to see what was going on.
That was kind of funny, Stefan. That was kind of funny. Even Mark was kind of, Mark, come on, you were laughing at that. Okay. All right. Maybe that won't make you laugh, but maybe this will. Let's go to Marion County, Florida. Monkeys are a staple in Central Florida, just in case you didn't know. If you don't know, they're rhesus macaques. Originally brought to Florida by the manager of a glass-bottom boat operation who released 6 on an island in the Silver River to attract tourists. However, as the legend goes, the monkeys swam away from the island into the surrounding forest, breeding and increasing their numbers over the years. The breeding, that's important. The population of monkeys in the Silver Springs State Park has reached as high as 400 at some points. Trapping and removal efforts have kept them from getting out of hand, but there is a new issue just beyond their breeding. They pose a threat to public health, as the rhesus macaques in Florida have tested positive for herpes B, and it's been spreading to humans.
Wait, whoa. Herpes?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Herpes B?
The virus can be transmitted by these monkeys through bites, scratches, or contact with bodily fluids. You can take that however you want.
Well, what else do you expect from a breed of monkey called macaques?
In addition, these rhesus macaques may become aggressive.
Stefan, really?
See?
Honestly?
It's a mercy room shot. In addition, the rhesus macaques may become aggressive when fed by people. And of course, we're always dumb enough to feed animals just because that's what we do. From pigeons to coyotes to monkeys, rhesus macaques. And so a rule was passed in 2018 prohibiting locals from feeding any wild monkeys in the state. But there are about, it lists the different counties, but there are at least anywhere from 25 to 50 in each county. So they are everywhere, and there's a good chance that you may catch herpes if you happen upon a rhesus macaque.
Now,
not trying to scare anyone.
Does that mean if you have an entanglement with, how are you exchanging bodily fluids with one of these macaques?
I don't know. It says if a monkey is encountered, keep children close and pets leashed. If bitten or scratched by a wild monkey, immediately wash the wound and seek medical attention. Call the National Bee Virus Resource Center for emergency information. What is the National Bee Virus?
Herpes B.
I'd rather call the A. I want the best.
That's the herpes B.
Never mind. I give up with Stefan. That's like, what the hell? What the hell's going on? If you observe a wild monkey that poses a threat to people, call the FWC's Wildlife Alert Hotline at 888-404-3922. Put that in your phone. Any rhesus macaque observations seen outside of the core population near Silver Springs should be reported by calling the Exotic Species Hotline. Hello, Exotic Species Hotline. How can I help you? 888-483-4681. Again, that's 888-483-4681. If you should encounter an exotic species.
Herpes, though. Not bites. Not just if you're bitten. This is about you contracting herpes. That's very specific.
Yeah.
That's an STD.
Well, maybe they don't deal with gonorrhea or chlamydia. I don't know. It said herpes B.
These monkeys are just wilding out. They're out there burning.
Oh, they're getting their freak on.
They're out there burning.
Get the freak on. Get the freak on. It's Later with Mo Kelly. KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. We're firing stuff tonight. That was a funny joke, Mark Bonner. I will give you that. And it just went by without even a second thought.
At the least we could do is break the record for saying macaque in a segment.
True. That one did take me a second, though.
I was going to say, what is that? Is that Irish? Macaque? Oh, come on. How long had to wait for that? That was damn funny.
I'll tell you what you can do with that one.
Rhesus macaque. Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious. KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. And I hope you enjoyed that conversation with Kayla Blood at the top of the hour. I hope you appreciate the fact that we're trying to give away more and more gifts, tickets, giveaways. Love doing that. And as opportunities present themselves, we will be giving away more cool things. In fact, we now have a new sponsor for Name That Movie Cult Classic. And I'm very pleased to announce that Alamo Drafthouse Cinema in downtown LA will be sponsoring Name That Movie Cult Classic. Let me tell you about Alamo Drafthouse Cinema. It's the cinema experience where they have first run features, repertory titles, and limited and special screenings across 12 different auditoriums. You can get your food or drink your concessions while at your seat or in the bar. There's nothing like a good bar. Tell them, Mark.
This is the first time hearing of this, and it's incredibly cool.
Yes. And Alamo's attached Video Vortex Lounge and video store featuring cool merchandise and free video rentals, plus Alamo's curated craft cocktail menu and an array of local and regional craft beers. And they have other cool stuff happening and upcoming in the near future. They have family-friendly programming and screening opportunities. We'll tell you more about that in the future. They'll be showing Oscar-nominated films, and Alamo is bringing back their Oscar-nominated titles. You can catch them on the big screen before the winners are announced during the Oscars. They have Valentine's programming and special menu items and merch and a sweepstakes vacation that they're offering. And they will be showing Captain America Brave New World, which opens on February 13th. We'll be seeing that night. And they have so much more. We'll tell you about more as it's made available to us, but we will be giving away passes and tickets and screening opportunities each and every Friday. So you don't have to ask, at least in the near future. You giving away any prizes tonight? Yes.
Beginning this Friday.
This Friday.
Yes.
Not next Friday, but this Friday.
I am super excited about this. We have long talked about what it's going to take for movie theaters to survive those dry spells when there aren't a lot of hits. What's got people coming back day after day during the week? Alamo Drafthouse has solved the equation. The theaters are not big, meaning there are not a lot of seats in the theaters because the seats are those super comfy custom seats that are just basically lounge chairs. Just your living room. You're sitting watching a film, food being brought to you. It is the best experience. It is an experience that you can have with your family, or you can have an adult night out, have some beverages, and take in a movie.
Or Stephen could show up at your door unannounced on Valentine's. Y'all could go to the movie together.
That may not happen the way that you're laying it out, but we could both go to that movie theater and just hang out.
Just
and
to
have
say,
a good
just
time.
Go together. Go in one car. Make it easier.
Okay. All right. Enough of you.
But no. Very, very pleased to have Alamo Drafthouse Cinema come on board. We had been working on this, and I have to give kudos and credit to Tuala Sharp, who had been working on this for quite some time. But this is in concert with what we've been trying to do big picture. We talk about entertainment. We talk about movies. Obviously, we have the movie contest, but we had not found the right partner in which to pair up with. And Alamo Drafthouse Theaters is the perfect partner for that.
And I have to pass the kudos and the partnership love on down to the one and only Nick Pagliocchini. This Weekend with Nick. What's up with Nick? Because Nick, behind the scenes, because he's out and about, he is always looking for different ways to expand the footprint of the Later family, and he has done so by making this introduction happen. And so once again, Nick has come through with some magic.
And they know the show. They listen to the show.
Yes.
That's the best part. It wasn't like we needed to explain. So tell me about your show. What is it about? And trust me, we get that question sometimes.
That's how it usually goes.
Yeah, that's what's up. So what is it you do? Oh, it's a radio show. It's on KFI AM 640. Oh, yeah. Tim Conway Jr.? No. Bill Handel? No. John Cobell? No. It's after. Dean Sharp?
I believe that.
True story. Can't tell all the story, but true story. But it's nice when you're trying to grow the show and someone's like, Oh, yes. We know you. We get you. We love you. We're going to work with you. And so here we are. Starting this Friday. And you know that when we play the game on Friday, it will have a theme. I'll just tell you that right now. It's Valentine's Day. It's going to be Valentine's movies, rom-coms, and all that kind of stuff. Me personally, it's not my thing, Valentine's Day, rom-coms, but, I'll make an exception this week since we're kicking off this great relationship with Alamo Drafthouse Cinema.
Do you have a romantic film, a love film that ranks at your number one? I know I do. I know I have my number one love fest film of all time.
Off the top of my head, I would say Bronx Tale. Just off the top of my head.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That if I really thought, I really like The Notebook.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I would watch that one again. I'm a fan of When Harry Met Sally. I'd have to really think about it. I don't know. Love and Basketball.
That's
Love
my number one.
Jones.
Yeah, Love and Basketball is top of my list. Yeah.
I'd have to think about it, but yeah, I'm not aromantic, as in anti-romance. It's just that those movies are not at the top of my list in a cinematic sense.
How is Bronx Tale a rom-com? I don't get that.
No. Just romantic dating comedies, and it's got so much.
It's about coming of
advice.
age and finding the one. You only get like 3 great loves in your life. Oh, it absolutely.
The door test. If you don't practice the door test, Mark, I
saw that as a very young man, and I took that to heart.
Yeah.
It is very much about finding peace within the storm of the mob and also his father, who was Robert De Niro, who was anti-mob.
Yeah. It hasn't been out in 31 years, so it might not be the freshest in my mind right now, but I never thought of it as a rom-com.
Oh, well, I wouldn't say not rom-com as in comedy, but
it's a romantic film.
Yeah, it's a romantic kind of coming of age film.
Yeah. Okay, all right. It's no Harold and Maude as far as romances go.
No.
What, Mark?
I didn't like Harold and Maude anyhow.
Oh,
I know.
Good
Be mad.
Lord.
Be mad. I don't care. I'm just being honest.
I can't do this. Look at the time.
Why don't you just do the news? Do your job.
Why don't you
do it live?
You do it live.
KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
You can listen to KFI everywhere, like you haven't noticed.
KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.